The views expressed on the Jerry Cahill CF podcast are that of Jerry Cahill and guests, and not necessarily those of the Boomer Esiason Foundation. Nothing on the Jerry Cahill CF podcast should be considered medical advice. Such advice can only be given by a physician who is experienced with cystic fibrosis. The Boomer Esiason Foundation, Jerry Cahill and guests cannot be held responsible for any damage which may result from using the information on this podcast without the permission of your medical doctor. You're listening to the Jerry Cahill CF podcast presented by the Boomer Esiason Foundation and jerrycahill.com.
Welcome to Jerry Cahill's Living, Breathing, Succeeding podcast series. This show, gearing up for senior year and post-grad life, was made possible through an unrestricted educational grant from Genentech to the Boomer Esiason Foundation. Today you will meet Dugan Reilly, 22 years old, originally from Naperville, Illinois, and currently living in Medford, Massachusetts. Dugan is going into his senior year of college at High Point University and is studying entrepreneurship. He is also currently studying for his real estate license and is planning out his life after college.
Hey, I'm Dugan Reilly. I'm 22 years old. I grew up actually in Chicago here and currently now in Medfield, Massachusetts, in the Boston area. I go to school down in North Carolina at High Point University, studying entrepreneurship and actually getting my real estate license right now for the state of Tennessee. So excited about that and everything that comes around with real estate. CF, it was very hard growing up as a little kid and growing up as 5 months old. You just grow up through it and you kind of mature at such a young age, a lot older or a lot younger than a lot of people do. And it's hard, but I've learned a lot of different ways. I kind of went off and did on my own and read some books and did a lot of reflecting and journaling and stuff like that, and it helped me branch out into my better self, my pro version of myself, and know what's right and what works for me and what doesn't work for me. And it was a wild ride, but it's still going, so I'm excited. CF was a lot harder than a lot of people think to get used to and kind of be on your own. Freshman year, I had a struggling time got sick a lot, kind of didn't really know how to deal with on my own and kind of dealing with CF and stuff like that. And obviously being out late, kind of venturing into the other areas of college and trying to branch out and find friends and obviously get stuck in the parties and stuff like that. So you tend to get sick a lot and tend to lose focus of dealing with chronic illness. So what I did was I really looked at that and kind of shaped on what was working, what was not working. So some of the best practices I use to maintain my health and keep up with my health and all that is having a schedule. That has been a very beneficial way of focusing on everything, as far as writing down time brackets of an hour or 30 minutes of this is when I wake up, and stay to that schedule. Making sure you write down your treatments every single day, when you do it, what time. That can be very beneficial because then you know you're doing them, you know it got done, and you know when it's the next time to do them, and then you can see what else you have in the day to do and look forward to that. As you learn, your parents typically do all the calling for medication and talking to the pharmaceutical companies and doctors and all that. You should get in the hang of doing it before you go off to college, whether it's in high school. Calling on your own to refill your medication, and it will be hard, but trying to go to the appointments by yourself and learning for yourself of what this drug does, why you need this drug, what looks good on PFTs, or what does your x-rays look like for your lungs, or how do you properly take care of a PICC line or a G-tube. All that good stuff is what you need to know. As far as med goes, I have the pill containers, so every Sunday night or Monday morning I put them in the correct spot for the correct day, as far as what I need in the morning, what I need at night, and that's been very helpful because then you just pop them out and run to class or you go eat or something like that. I got into the habit of working out every single day my freshman year because I just saw it benefit my health and benefit kind of the thoughts I had in my mind, and benefit kind of not being homesick because you get to meet new faces every day. You get to tend to see same faces every day, and you start to talk to these people and you start to learn from them, you start to kind of build that friendship. College is all about like going out of your comfort zone and seeing what you like, seeing what you don't like, seeing who you like to hang out with. And once you have that core group of friends, that really is helpful because you get to hang out with them almost every single day, and you get to go to lunch and dinner and breakfast, and it can be very beneficial for you. If you're going into your senior year, it can be a hard time because it also is like, you don't know what you want to do with your life. A lot of people go to school and a lot of people don't know what they want. So I would say is branch out and figure out what you want to do with your life. I would say write out your strengths and weaknesses and see what you, even like jobs or sports or what you typically like to do. See how that can correlate with a job, or see how it can correlate with what you want to do in your future. Writing out your goals is awesome because it kind of brings you to a path of what you want in life, and that also can see also what you need to do, and how hard you need to work, and how successful you need to be to hit those goals. My plans for after graduation is I'm actually going to move out to Nashville. Gonna get my real estate license right now, so I'm working with a good mentor right now who teaches me about how to sell houses in the real estate world. So looking forward to my life. I'm so excited to see what the future has to bring, and I'm just gonna keep going after it and motivating to hit those end goals and to hit what I want in my life, because I mean, we only live one life, so we have to live what we want. We've always had dreams and goals as a little kid, and I think my biggest thing is we should hit those goals because we don't want to regret not doing that or regret not going after that opportunity. So it's making sure you stay towards those goals and stay looking at them, and hitting them is the best thing.
We hope you enjoyed the CF podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the Boomer Esiason Foundation's YouTube channel so we can keep you up to date on our latest educational programs for the cystic fibrosis community.